This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Applied Botanics. Applied Botanics offers a great line of CBD oils, including a line for pets. Now, I've been using their products for the last 2 months. I really wanted to test it out before I started promoting it to listeners of this podcast, and I have to say, I experienced some great benefits. They have 5 different products, which include comfort, focus, recovery, tranquility, and vitality. The 3 that I utilized the most were comfort, focus, and tranquility. Comfort really provided me with stress and anxiety relief. I just started a new job 2 months ago, so between that and the fact that we're still living in a pandemic, comfort really slowed things down for me, and at the end of the day, kept that anxiety and stress at bay. Their focus line also helps me during podcasts. It helps me to really focus on what my guests are saying, which enables me to ask the important questions and really pull back the layers of who they are. And finally, and possibly my favorite that I felt great benefits from, is tranquility. I take it 30 minutes or so before bed, and it really helps deliver me into that deeper sleep faster than I would without it. I wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. Now, oftentimes people are skeptical of CBD oil, especially when it comes to the price. But whether you're curious about CBD or have used CBD products before, you will find that Applied Botanics CBD is nearly half the cost of other brands. Their thoughts are that using CBD should not require a payment plan. On top of that, listeners of this podcast can get an additional 30% off their first purchase using the code word Popko Project at checkout. So head over to appliedbotanics.com where you can learn more about all their products. And if you decide to make a purchase, use code word Popko Project for 30% off. Applied Botanics. Live healthy and happy. My guests today are members of a progressive Americana rock band out of Lehman, Pennsylvania. They will be releasing a new album at some point this year, so we got into a little bit about that, as well as how they started, what their lineup is currently, which spans many generations, and some of the other things they have coming up this year. Of course, we also discussed the past year of their lives as a band and living in quarantine. You can check out some of their music on Bandcamp while waiting for the new release. Welcome to the show, Spud. And we are live, hanging out with the guys from the band Spud. What's up?
Not much, man. What's going on?
How you doing?
Well, it's Thursday. We're recording this on a Thursday, so that means tomorrow's Friday. I recorded a podcast last night and got kind of weird with beers, so I felt I couldn't join you guys tonight with beers. I did one with an old coworker from the Weekender, Damian Pick. I haven't talked to him, and it's literally been, he left in 2006, and I have not talked to him for more than 5 minutes since that moment. So it was a 2-hour long conversation that, spanned 15 years. So got a little weird.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot of water today, but.
Well, glad you make it and have us on.
Yeah, guys. So I'm not familiar with your band, which is unfortunate. I saw you guys pop up. You guys got shirts made from Axelrad, right. And I saw you pop up that way. And then we kind of started talking via email. And then we got you into the shirts for the scene, which might be over by the time this airs. But yeah, I got your, is it EPK? And I saw that you guys are from Lehman.
Yes, yep. That is correct.
So that's where I grew up.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not often I find people that are also from Lehman.
We're all different generations.
I know your brothers.
Do you?
Yeah. I graduated in between them. Neil and Jesse.
Okay. All right. Neil was just here at the house an hour or two ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like I said, we span 3 generations of Lehmanites, basically.
Yeah,
four, really. Four. I didn't know Sam. And actually,
no, it's not 4 because Sam just calls me a boomer. I'm not really one.
Oh yeah, Mike's a boomer.
That's not a good name to be called.
More Lehman people here all together.
Yeah, so we have 20
we're
years.
leaving right now.
20 years
Wow.
separate, right? 97 to 2017.
That's right. 97 to 17.
Mike
Even
didn't want me to.
graduates.
Mike didn't want me to say that.
Mike, you graduated in 97?
That's right.
So I must have been a freshman or sophomore then when you were a senior.
Yeah, you probably know one of my brothers, Matt or Steve. Hyde.
Matt Ide.
That's right.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, 97, I would have been, a freshman. Yeah. Man, Lehman does not say, if you go to Lehman, you probably know somebody out that way.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
So you guys are in the band called Spud. Describe what Spud is, because I know you have some music available on Bandcamp, and I think you mentioned to me that you guys will be releasing a CD or digitally these days. I think you mentioned that. So talk a little bit about the band.
So, I mean, the way we like to describe ourselves, kind of like Pink Floyd meets the band. These are kind of our two biggest influences leaning over us, because we all really we love like psych rock and just experimental music, but we also have a lot of deep roots in just Americana and folk and rootsy kind of stuff like that. So we kind of try to really mash the two together.
Cool. And you've been together for, I think you said 3 years?
Yeah, not all of
I
us.
guess we started in 2017.
Yeah, you and I did.
Yeah, started out with me and Matt. We met through a mutual friend. We just started kind of messing around here in the basement.
Yeah.
Started writing songs. Next thing we knew, we kind of had a band going together. And a little bit later, Sam came along, and Mike.
And then like,
Mike went through. I don't know.
It took us a while.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Well,
it took us a while to
really,
get to
like
where we are.
3 or 4 drums.
Yeah, I like to joke that it's like Spinal Tap. If you've ever seen the movie, this is Spinal Tap. Where all the drummers die. I'm like the 17th drummer in this band, so I'm hoping to stay around.
Okay. All right.
as he lived.
Yeah, you're out, bud.
For at least like 10 to 12 more years.
Yeah, that's it.
So when did you join the band then?
So I my first gig with them was on Public Square in July of last year.
July, yeah.
So
Summer.
Almost a year getting there.
yeah,
Because that was like 2 weeks, I think, after we started.
Yeah,
playing,
a funny. I don't know if it's a funny story. It might be a lame story. I don't know. But I walked into Wayne's World in Dallas, and I was trying to get some guitar strings because I had a solo acoustic gig, and I chatted with the owner, our buddy Jay, for a little bit, and he said, "Oh, my buddy Sam is looking for a drummer in his band," and he came out. I hit him up by text, and we got together, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, it clicked pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that Waynesville was still open.
Yeah, we're in Dallas. I actually I teach lessons up there. But
Okay.
That's right, and he's good.
yeah, we're in Dallas. Like he moved from Pittston a while down. The Dallas shop is still there.
Yeah, I know that. Does Wayne still own that or no?
No, just got a new owner. New owner's name is Jay Yacko. He was running the place for about 10 years since Wayne moved to Key West. But we actually finished, we're building a stage in there now. So we're going to be doing like webcasts and jam nights, open mics and stuff.
Yeah. Can't wait to start that.
Very cool. And I saw Jared, I forget, is it Jared Briggs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared's the man.
Yeah, he just picked up his order of t-shirts today. They look really good. And I think he said they were available at Wayne's World as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I drive past there when I'm going to my mom's house or my brother's house or whatever. And I don't think I knew it was still open.
Yeah, you should definitely stop in. They have a little bit of everything, music, CDs.
Oh yeah, vinyl, everything. They got
great vinyl.
We're just kind of plugging Wayne's World.
That's a good attitude.
I know, that's right.
That's all right.
Yeah, fuck Wayne's World this whole time.
Wayne's World, Dallas, Memorial Highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do some live streams from there too, which we really enjoy. We have a good time when we're doing that.
Yeah, that is fun. I really
Because
enjoy
obviously
they supplied a good chunk of our equipment here too. So.
Obviously, live gigs have been sporadic at best over the past year, so we've been able to do some live streams from there. That was a really good time.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. I mean, it's been a terrible year for everyone. So I mean, obviously, with a worldwide pandemic, and no one is exempt from experiencing the kind of pain that it's caused. But musicians have really taken a hit in that. If the bars aren't open and you can't gather, you can't play shows. Which is one of the reasons why I started the Shirts for the Scene effort, because multiple reasons. Not sure if you guys are familiar with what happened, but I had a radio show and for 3 years, a little over 3 years, on a station called Alt 92.1, and they decided to change the format, and they said that I was on hiatus as far as hosting that show, and I felt like that was like a way to just kind of like, I don't know, push me off to the side. And when you have kids, I don't know if you guys are fathers or not, but you tell your kid like, maybe, or we'll see, or whatever, like just to kind of get them to leave you alone for a minute. So that happened, and I kind of felt like I needed the scene more than the scene needed me. And I felt like, I said, how can I do something to help these musicians who have not made a dime essentially for the past year? So we launched the Shirts for the Scene.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome.
That's awesome, because the most important thing right now, just as musicians and in the scene, we just gotta all stick together and just like, it's easy to get down on yourself that you're not playing and stuff, but we're all in the same place,
Yeah.
Quick, let me give you a shout out since you mentioned being a dad, because my daughter's birthday is today.
Oh,
my daughter Julia, she's 17 years old.
Birthday, Julia.
Just crazy.
Happy birthday, Julia.
How old? 17?
17. Yeah, I'm the oldest
dude.
by far. Yeah,
Dude.
Mike's
like literally old enough to be my dad.
He loves to say that. He loves to say that. But I'm not a boob. Let's just remind you of that.
That's funny. And I have to admit, I was doing some creeping. I got some love today from a girl on the interview with Nick D, and her name was Teresa. And that was all good. It was just like, hey, I really enjoy the show. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, who is this? So I was like, I went to the Facebook page. I'm like, and she was also plugging the band Spud. So I'm like, oh, she must be, with one of these guys. And I looked at one of the pictures. I'm like, holy shit! Like, I knew her from way back in the day, like when like 2000. I want to say 2005 or so. When we were like shows like Spit Can and Panacea and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen her or even like thought of her since like back then. It's crazy.
Well, yes, you'll see her.
What's that?
Oh yeah,
that's my wife.
Yeah, I know. I know. I crept, and she's married to Mike. And I'm like, oh, that's Mike. But yeah, I haven't seen her in years. It's funny how doing this podcast has like really just kind of enabled me to reconnect with a lot of people, especially with the Weekender stuff I've been doing, but also meet people like guys I never met before. So I'm hoping one day when things are back to normal, I'll actually have like a studio where people can like be invited in. And
yeah.
Because for me, I mean, the audio is the thing that I hate about this the most. And it's like no one's fault because we're doing it over Zoom, and it is what it is. Like some people like have access to microphones that are good, and some people just are able to talk.
Some people are. We don't.
Some people, I won't mention the names. The band Spud yell across the room.
Yeah, I mean, if we eventually start a podcast, then we'll have some good.
Yeah,
we've been tossing around that idea
for a while,
over a year, even like when it was kind of brought up as a hypothetical at first. But
yeah, I mean, there's got a lot going on.
I mean, like we just like
we're trying to focus on the album now.
Yeah, exactly.
But we just love like talk about music, so it'd just be great to be able to do that and just share it, I guess. But it's been cool. Like even though we haven't been playing a lot, just opened up a lot of time to work on the album, and we're the type of band that like a lot of our songs on the album has like 60 tracks on them. Like we just do layer after layer after layer.
Yeah.
And
so
for us, it was a little bit different when COVID hit because we didn't have a drummer at the time. Right?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
so like we were kind of in a hiatus kind of situation where we were kind of just like focusing on finishing our album because
Right.
we have different drummers on our album, so we were posting on that, and then Mike came along.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mike doesn't play any drums on the album.
He plays some mean
plays
shakers
some
though.
shakers. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the drums were already tracked by the time he joined.
They were already done. Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, we have like 3 different drummers on the album.
It's been in like 4 or 5 different studios at this point. And
It's been we've been working on it for quite a while now, but
Seems fall
we
of
ran into quite a bit of
2018.
speed
I think.
bumps.
yeah, there's been a lot of stuff where like every time we feel like we're getting somewhere with it, like something would come along and it would be delayed. But we're finally on to mixing now and soon mastering. So
It's coming
it should
together.
be soon.
When do you think that'll drop?
Hoping for midsummer.
Okay,
Summer.
Date yet, but
Yeah.
it's hard to believe it's gonna be April before you know it.
I know.
Time just moves too fast anymore.
Yeah, even in a pandemic, it's still like
It moves. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even in a pandemic, it still went really fast. But how are you guys doing? Everyone like healthy and like your immediate circle, or
Yeah, but like we haven't had any issues.
Yeah, we haven't had any scares or anything.
Knock on
Nick
wood.
had it. That was
Oh
probably
yeah. One of our engineers on the album
Yeah.
got it. But he got over it. He said, I mean, he's young and healthy
Yeah,
in
he's
shape, so it wasn't a big deal
22.
for him. But
Yeah.
he was just out for a while. But that's about it off the top of my head.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just, I mean, it was almost a benefit for me as the new drummer, to come in and just get to learn the tunes, practice with these guys, try to, gel with them. So it was kind of advantageous just from my personal perspective.
Yeah. I mean,
It's cool though.
we haven't had any gigs. We've been
We've
been
had some
kind of
opportunities,
fortunate.
yeah.
I feel like more than
Big.
a lot of other bands because
Yeah.
we still play at Crooked Creek probably close to once a month.
Yeah.
Crooked Creek. I just did shirts for them too.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
They're out by Ricketts
Oh,
Place.
It used to be called Spencer's.
Yeah, it used to be Spencer's.
out by Red Rock.
The owner
Okay.
the band Riffmatic a few years ago. So he's a big music head. So he always wants to have original bands there. And
Oh, yeah, there's a good little music scene developing
Yeah,
in
he's
that place alone. Like
there is
every weekend they got some good different music there.
multiple. Yeah,
Yeah,
usually
and
all
it's,
3
lar-
days,
it's
too.
large enough they were able to do like the whole, distancing thing because
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
a really big
Oh, it's
room for
huge.
the bands, and
That's
they took all the seats out, and they
Yeah, I mean,
moved the
they
space
took
everybody
all
out and
the
do all of that.
precautions there. But
Which
they're
is
they're
nice.
another place that's gonna work on expanding. They were telling us
you wanted to do outside
doing a
stuff.
patio and everything.
Other than that, I mean, like last summer when it was nice out, we were able to do a lot of like outdoor stuff. A lot of it was cool because since none of the big festivals were going on, like you saw a lot of people like creating like small festivals and stuff.
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah, like our buddy Jared, like he was doing stuff.
You were
Jared,
talking about the t-shirt.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Our other buddy Jordan, he put one on in Panic
mhm.
at Lazy Brook.
Oh,
Park.
that was
He
great.
did that.
And you're gonna try to do
So,
that again
Gonna
next
try to do
year.
that again. So it's kind of cool that like I think a lot of smaller bands had chances to do stuff.
And it
like
forced a lot
that.
of people to just think differently and be creative.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of places, like you were saying, created outdoor spaces. And have you guys got booked at Pisano Family Wines yet?
Not yet.
No,
No.
that's where Mellifluous plays there a lot. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
had their
We-
EP release show last week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look into that because
Yeah, I feel it might
Talking
be on
about
the
that
list.
earlier.
Crystal might have
Yeah, I'll
hit
t-
him up. If it's not on the list, we'll throw it on. But we've
I'll tell you what, as somebody who's played around this area for a number of years, it's been really cool playing with these guys because we play 90% original music, maybe more, and it's a lot different than it was 15 or 20 years ago. People have been much more receptive to that, and it's been pretty awesome because we can go play at a place and play all original music and people are enjoying it, and that's pretty cool because I've played in some cover bands and stuff like that, and years ago it was club owners pretty much just wanted you to play like classic rock covers and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice.
Especially considering how weird some of our music could be.
Oh, yeah.
We get out there. We got songs that are 10 plus minutes long and stuff, and it's
Wow.
cool to be able to just get up on stage and do that and not
Yeah,
have
like
to
and
worry about playing Sweet Home Alabama and stuff.
Yeah, it's I feel like, and I hope it can get back to where I think it was, like the original local music scene was kind of like coming back. It was at least on an upswing, compared to like 2008, 2009, 2010. You have places like the V Spot and Stage West and the Keys before they closed. I feel like even in Scranton had more venues than like the Wilkes-Barre and Luzerne County area had, but I definitely feel like it was like making a comeback. And
there's a lot of talent around here, definitely.
There really is.
I have a feeling once everything gets back, full on to normal, you're going to see a lot of like pent up creativity coming out.
There's going to be a renaissance, I think.
Yeah.
A little renaissance, exactly.
Just got to get there.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, there's shows being announced, and whether they happen or not, we'll see. But I mean, at least there's like hope.
There is. But I hope the vaccines, after a lot of people get vaccinated and whatnot, we'll see.
It'll happen. Can't be here.
Not much we could do. Personally.
Exactly. What are we gonna do? Squeeze people's hands or what? Oh my god.
Yeah. So, do you have any shows booked for this year yet?
Yeah, actually. So we have a little bit of a lull right now, March and April, which is fine. Fine tune some things. Got a couple new originals that we're working on that we need to get down. But yeah, May. I know we're playing on the 1st over at Canteen Park, and then I think we have 2 other dates in May, and then we got a few in Maryland. We're actually doing a gig down in Baltimore, or right outside of Baltimore, in June. So it'll be the first time we're playing out of the area, let alone out of the state.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that.
Summer should be a little more busy.
Yeah.
Usually is, but.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jared's doing a couple festivals. I'm sure Jordan and Jay will.
Yeah.
Do you know when that is yet? Hindsight? Not yet.
Keeping our ears open for, whatever's out there.
Yeah. So we're trying, to get into the festival scene because we haven't really had much luck there yet.
Yeah, and I think our music would definitely
go
over well.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to bars and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, it's probably better to play outdoors at this point for now.
Exactly. Yeah. But not even many festivals are looking like they're going to happen this summer. Right? Some, sure, but not.
Yeah. Later in the summer.
Not many smaller ones. Obviously, we're not.
Yeah, it should be an interesting year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if we lived down south.
Yeah, you'd be playing right now.
Normal down there. I went to Tennessee back in November on my honeymoon, and it was there were signs and stuff about masks and whatnot, but even in this in Chattanooga and in Nashville, not many people are really.
Nobody wearing them.
Older people too, or senior citizens. I'm like, you guys. I mean, do your thing, but I don't know. That's just weird. Yeah. My wife's a nurse, so she naturally, obviously, felt like she was just not comfortable, and
I
wasn't either.
It's so weird, how divided we've become, and how triggered people can get over a mask.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna wear a mask. I'll wear a mask. Obviously, I think it helps. And flu cases have been basically nothing. And I don't know if that's because we're wearing masks or if it's because any flu case is being considered COVID. I don't know. But I mean, it's not a big deal to wear a mask. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
It's a piece of fabric on your face. It's not and the way I always look at it too is people that complain about having to put on a mask for 20 minutes when they run in the grocery store, when the employees have to wear it 8-10 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just a slap in the face to them.
Yeah. My wife's a pharmacist, so she's garbed up all day, to the head to toe, and it's the entire work shift. It's crazy. It's unfortunate. But yeah, it's so funny how people if they see you wearing your mask incorrectly or not wearing a mask at all, how they could attack you. And
you kind of just feel like everyone's secretly judging everyone else.
It's almost like people are looking for a reason, which a lot of times I think they are.
You know what? I'm not going to lie here. If I see someone alone in their car with a mask on, I'm like, dude.
I mean,
what are you doing?
I've done that before, though, because I just forgot I was wearing it.
Yeah, I can see if you forget, but when you're in the middle of the highway where you didn't just leave.
It gets cold, but it's fine.
I always feel weird that like if I'm in a building and I walk outside and I forget to take it off, I always like feel like people are judging me because I'm wearing it outside.
Yeah. What are you idiot wearing a mask outside?
Yeah. What are you scared of?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just ignore that stuff anymore.
Yeah. Like I'm the same boat. I don't really care about the mask, but if you're gonna ask me to wear it, I'll wear it. I'm not gonna complain.
It's just kind of weird, like how quickly it feels like normal now. Like thinking about not wearing a mask all the time, like it feels like it just doesn't feel like normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like if you accidentally leave your house and you don't have yours, you're like, oh shit!
Oh no!
Yeah.
What am I?
Yeah.
Oh damn!
I still do that.
Yeah, you have to add it to your list of things to remember. Every time you do that.
I got my phone, wallet, keys, and my mask.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yeah. I made a joke last year that the masks were the new fuzzy dice.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on the mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
That symbol.
Like, oh,
Yeah. And you're judged by what kind of mask you have.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just a wild time to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's also an exciting time to be alive.
That too. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
It is. Lots happening. Lots going on.
Definitely
So we'll see
living
that.
in historic times.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of partying to come.
I hope so. Not that I party a lot because of my son's 3, so those days are over for right now. Mike, you have a 17-year-old. You're basically free again.
Yeah, my youngest is going to be 13 soon. So
All right, so yeah, you're set.
they're pretty independent at this
Yeah.
point.
What about the other guys? Any kids? Any
No,
Nothing
sir.
there.
I'm
Nope.
sorry.
living the dream, huh?
Gonna wait a little while.
First step.
I know, like a newborn and a band don't necessarily mix too well.
No, you'll be out of the band next.
Yeah,
He'll
you
be
guys
pleased, yeah.
got nowhere to practice.
Oh.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But I also think it's weird too. Like, not that I want to make it political, but it just seems like really convenient that we and it wouldn't matter who it was. This is not a Trump or Biden thing. It just like we got a new president who entered the third week of January, and cases suddenly began to decline.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Just coincidence all over the place.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
now granted there's more vaccines and all that kind of stuff, but I hope that it's an absolute coincidence and not some kind of government.
Yeah.
Going down.
Can you imagine though, like let's tank the entire economy and ruin people's lives because we want to push a certain agenda or get someone out of office or whatever it might be.
Okay, so that reminds me of one of my favorite lyrics is from "Won't Get Fooled Again" by the Who, where they say "New boss, same as the old boss."
It's a great line.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in.
Basically.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thinking about music, or at least our music, because we just separate ourselves from all that.
Absolutely.
We almost never talk about politics.
Absolutely, we don't. Yeah,
We do.
I don't-
There's obviously
we do like in
that
time,
one.
but like,
We never argue about them.
Yeah, exactly. We don't bring it into this.
No.
Music,
Yeah, there's people that if you're not one side or the other.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
They're like, oh, screw you. Like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, it's crazy how
I don't want anything to do with you.
so many
Relax,
people just won't ever listen to an opposing opinion.
They won't. They won't.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not on my side, like you said, like screw you. Like it's so bizarre, and I think it's because of social media and the way we communicate via texting and emails, and this kind of conversation that doesn't happen anymore.
Every now and then you have to step back and take a look at what really matters, and then you'll realize there's more important things out there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's get off the politics then. Before you guys,
Yeah.
before you guys who don't talk politics and fight each other and break up, and
We're done.
this will be the beginning of the end. Oh man. But so anything lined up at Wayne's World? Like, I know you said you're building a stage. Anything like booked for that or?
No, because the stage's still not completely done. So waiting for it to get done just because it's kind of happening a little piece at a time. But it should be done beginning of April. So then we're going to start booking stuff and getting
Yeah, I
ready.
mean, we're planning on. There's no reason we can't do the weekend
Yeah,
of the
I mean,
16th, 7th, probably the
we're
17th.
We're planning on doing a live stream like
Middle of
as soon
April.
as like middle of April. Hopefully the stage will be ready. We'll debut it.
It'll be ready.
Yeah,
by
I'm
then.
sure
Get
Wayne
ready.
will be probably looking for other bands to.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
Jay, yeah,
That's
we're-
an idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Like even talking about doing
Smoking
other
jams.
stuff, talking about like doing comedy nights, trivia nights, stuff like that. Just
We'll hang out.
there's like it's weird because like there's a lot of people that just kind of hang out there all day and don't buy stuff. And they might as well just like make it hang out.
who you are.
Not complaining. Like it makes the day go by better.
Yeah.
But it's just it's cool to like if there's not a scene around it, just kind of create a scene around yourself.
Right.
Yeah. We even talked about the idea of doing stuff at the barn, like we
Yeah.
did for we did a benefit for our main studio engineer Paul Sinclair back in November at Shady Rill, which is out on Loyalville Road, where I got married also. But we're thinking about doing. Got to throw that out there. Wedding venue.
Yeah,
You guys, all you guys do is promote other places. Wayne's
I know,
World.
I noticed it, man.
whatever.
I'm noticing that. But anyway, yeah, we're talking about doing stuff. It's a cool little place.
yeah, it is. It's a cool, just big open barn.
Yeah.
Like we said, Paul got diagnosed with cancer, so we put on a benefit with him. Got a bunch of other local bands. It was us.
That was great.
Yeah.
Former members of Cluster Funk, Stay Loud, Gods of Space,
Tory B.
Tory V.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, those are great. Those are great bands. Stay
Yeah.
loud.
We raised like $2,000 for him.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good night.
It was a lot of fun. But it made us want to do it again.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot of fun. So like hopefully when the summer comes, we'll be doing more stuff like that too.
We'll see. Staying open to,
Yeah,
trying to
we're
create
open
as
to-
many
we're open to
opportunities as
anything,
we can, since there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah. And as far as releasing the music, is that going to be just digital or old school with CDs or what?
Definitely doing digital and CDs. We really want to do vinyl just because we're all vinyl junkies. We love vinyl. So
Yeah.
Why? No, here's I need as musicians, I need you to tell me why has vinyl made a comeback? Because I think, in my opinion, it sounds like trash.
okay. You ready?
I will not get back in it. I can't even say I won't get back into it because I never got into it because I was never old enough to be in it the first time. But like for me, like it's just big. It's like clunky. It's I don't know.
I think the main reason it came back isn't an audio thing. I don't think it's a sound thing, even though I will say vinyl does sound better. I don't know. It doesn't sound so much like clearer,
You
but
need
it sounds
the equipment
more,
to make it sound better.
and it sounds more direct. It sounds more like connected to the musicians that made it. Like when you listen to vinyl, it sounds more 3D. Like you close your eyes and you can feel like, okay, the drums were over here, the guitar
Right.
was over here. CD,
You
it
break
feels
yourself
more
down.
flat, like it's coming at you. But I think the main reason vinyl came back is more because of the physicality of it, because of the artwork, because it's cool to have and collect and trade or whatever. Because the thing is, most of the people buying vinyl now, especially a lot of kids, they're listening to it through like shitty suitcase.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's not,
Record
completely,
players
it's not,
have
it's not
different
entirely about the
speakers.
sound. It's about the whole experience. Like
Yeah.
having a physical object, you get a closer connection.
And it
to the
changes
band.
and it
Yeah.
changes the way
Like
you
if you
listen.
go out and buy a vinyl record, you're gonna appreciate listening to that more than
Right.
just like throwing on a random song on
And
Spotify.
and it changes the way you listen to music because like you sit down and like you listen to it directly. You're not doing anything else. It's like
Yeah.
direct listening versus like throwing on Spotify in the background and just jamming. Like you get the full like album experience.
I'll
Yeah.
give you that. I agree with that. I'm a CD guy myself. Like you're saying, I like to have a physical copy of something. I like to go through the artwork, all that kind of stuff. So I 100% get that, and I like listening to albums front to back. I mean,
Yeah.
A lot of albums are written to be listened to from start to finish. I mean, and now these days it's just people are putting out singles, and maybe they'll gather them together and put them on a CD or call it a record.
I think too some artists, in my opinion, lend themselves to that, and we a lot of artists that we enjoy, like Neil Young and Bob Dylan and things like that. There's just something. I mean, it's almost cliched to say that there's like a quality to that, listening to that on vinyl, but I personally have always enjoyed that. If I was going to listen to, say, something like Blonde on Blonde, like. I love to listen to it on a record player.
Yeah.
You know?
And honestly, like every time, if I listen to something on vinyl for the first time, an album that I've listened to a bunch of times, I'll hear things like, "Whoa, I never heard that before," and it's like super clear.
It happens all the time.
Because that's another thing too. When they compress stuff down to digital, they
lose
certain frequencies and bandwidth. So like there'll be like certain guitar tracks and stuff that might be removed from the mix completely, just converting it to digital.
Someone just told me that Apple is actually, it sounds like if you look for like Apple Music, if you listen to music on that compared to Spotify, that even sounds different as far as how they
even considered that.
Yeah, whatever format they're using.
Yeah,
and it's crazy how many people like a lot of kids I went to school with and stuff. The only way they ever listened to music was practically through like a cell phone speaker, or something like that, or a shitty like pair of Skull Candy headphones or something. Like they don't know what music really sounds like.
Yeah. And it reminds me of like when I when I was in college, that was when people were first there was like Napster and LimeWire, and everyone was ripping everything onto MP3s, right? Yeah, they're laughing at me because I'm old, right? But if people would be like, "Oh, hey, I burned the whole Led Zeppelin collection on CD," and like, yeah, that's great, but it sounds like absolute garbage. Because they've removed half of the frequencies to make it small, 90%. They're laughing at me.
Okay, boomer, relax.
Oh! All right.
How old are you? Seriously, I'm 38. I'm probably not far off from you.
No, I'm 41.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm only saying that now because I'm close.
Was it Napster or LimeWire that made you guys go, "What?"
That was both.
It also crashed your computer and ruined it for life.
Yeah, I had my experience with Napster.
Windows 97 for life.
Oh, God.
No, not really. No. So.
No.
Mike's still trying to talk to people on AOL.
Was that AIM?
Messenger, yeah.
It's a Messenger, yeah.
Yeah. That was a shit, man. I was like 16.
Get on the internet.
And you're praying that the girl you like is also, she pops in, the door opens, it creaks open.
And it had like away messages.
You go see who it is. Is it her? No, damn, it's not her.
They had back then.
Yeah. I miss MySpace for because you could be very passive aggressive on MySpace. You can pick your top 8 friends or whatever the hell it was. You can choose a song, like if you just broke up with your girlfriend or whatever.
I remember discovering a lot of music through MySpace back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember like every page they would have like, their top 5 songs on there.
Exactly.
Flip through them and it's like,
MySpace was honestly pretty big. For what
I never used.
Sam never heard of MySpace.
Oh, why not?
I mean, I've heard of
it. Sam is undating himself.
That was probably still like in preschool.
That's funny.
Holy really? No.
I mean,
close
like
to
I
it.
don't know. Think
2005.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was probably last year of preschool, first year elementary school. MySpace was around.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, we're done here.
Same thing. No,
I was talking to Frank Marcinkowski from Mellifluous, and he's like 23, I think it is. Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus. I never felt older.
Well, Sam's 22. So.
Jesus.
I'll tell you,
what's happening.
When I met these guys, one of the cool things is I don't know if you ever saw the documentary. I think it's called Hired Gun on Netflix. Fantastic. But Rob Zombie is talking about how he's hiring musicians, and he's like, yeah, like anybody can play any kind of riff they want, but like, are they a good hang? And like that's old man talk. But I mean, I met these guys and No, I just love hanging out with these guys. I'm probably not. I'm probably annoying as shit. But I mean, it was like we just gelled right away, you know. And it was great. And
Yeah, it was pretty immediate.
man.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Mike for a month, and he came to my bachelor party. So
That's right.
I actually knew Mike from his old band back in the day. He didn't even remember me.
yeah, you're a little guy.
Yeah.
Not really. You're
Well,
like,
it was in high school.
yeah.
Who was your old band, Mike?
I was in a band called Zamani with my brother Steve and my buddy Chad May. And we did mostly covers. We had some originals, but we played around for probably close to 10 years, pretty much.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, we played around here quite a bit.
I feel like I definitely like saw that in the Weekender, back in my Weekender days.
Yeah.
That's a shame what happened to that product too.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask what's going on with the Weekender. Like, is it online now? Is there anything going on?
So, from my experience and my detective work, so before the pandemic hit, it stopped printing. And they kind of like updated their website every now and then. And then I don't know if they had like planned to stop printing it or what they were doing, but obviously the pandemic kind of expedited that whole thing. And now it doesn't even update their website. Like it's weird. And I had the person, like someone that works, the Times leader, reach out to me. And after I started doing the Weekender series stuff as part of this podcast, she's like, "Oh, it's really cool what you're doing, blah, blah, blah." And so I just asked her, "So what's going on with it?" And they said there's still an audience. They're just not sure how to reach them. I'm like, yeah, I mean,
definitely an audience.
But like, I mean, it was going downhill. Like even when I was like still there, just outside of like poor management and poor ownership, like it I left in 2013, but I mean, everyone had a Facebook page. That's how they consumed their entertainment and how they found out who was doing what. Like this print product was like that was kind of like, I think ended with like my generation, like, which I guess is also Mike's generation. But it just,
I remember going to the box, the Weekender box.
Oh yeah,
like for that thing to come out
once a week,
grabbing that to see what was going on
Tuesdays.
I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah,
every Wednesday. Yeah,
check to see what bands are playing.
That's right.
That week.
Right in front of Gallery of Sound. I pull that out, go in and
see, because
it's kind of sad because I remember like you get the Weekender and there's a lot of stuff in there and like toward the end it was just you open it up and it's like 2 pages.
The only Weekender I knew was like a paper thing. It was like 3 pages.
So you never even
it was like, here's the strip clubs to go to, here's shows, and here's the model of the week. And that was it.
No, dude, you guys. So I'm going to sound like an old man, and Mike can back me up on this. But like, so when I was 21, there were even less bars and clubs around than there were like 5 to 10 years prior to that. But like, there were some great venues when I was 21, and even when I was still like going out and 25, 26 years old, that just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, Staircase.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, Murray's, the Staircase. Shit. I mean, the list. There's tons. Like Nightcaps.
Yeah.
I
mean, we could just show up at the Jazz Cafe on a Friday or Saturday and know you're going to get a good show.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it's a completely different world, and COVID obviously is going to change that again. I don't know how or in what capacity, but you guys have no idea. Thursday night at Murray's, you can get $3 pitchers of Long Island iced teas and get blackout.
That's dangerous. All right, here's my picture. Where's yours?
Friday at the Woodlands, you pay like, Mike, you remember those? I don't know if you were like a Woodlands attendee, but like I wasn't like big on it. But like you get like a card and you pay $10 and it's like all you can drink for like 2 hours. So you get like it's like 5 to 6.
I never went there recreationally, really.
Oh, you were there.
It was I think it was Friday or Saturday. I forget what day.
Okay, yeah, that was crazy.
But like you get all twisted and then you go somewhere else. Like I mean, I don't know how people kind of went from there as their starting point to because people will walk out of that place like fucking zombies. But yeah, it's just a different world now.
I know.
But
I was like going through my phone the other day from the phone I had in China, and I was just like videos from Shanghai, and I'm like, no one's wearing a mask.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
If you watch old television, it seems weird.
Sometimes I watch like an old TV show and like they'll get close together. I'll get like anxious. Like,
oh guys, careful.
yeah, for real. It's like you can't do that now. You can't do that now.
Taking over our lives.
It's taking over.
I'm trying to think. My wife just said the other day something that happened, and so like just like watching like TV shows from even like 10 years ago and even like 15 years ago, like some of the words they use. Like, I'm not even gonna tell you what show it was that we were watching because I don't want to get roasted. But it was like very popular when I was like in high school. What?
What?
What'd you say?
Sex in the City. I got it.
No. I was actually in an episode of Sex in the City. So what's up now?
I'm glad I
Yeah. What's up? What's up? I was a background extra. I got paid $75 to sit in a room in New York City all day. And they walk in and like, you, and you, come with us. And then like, if you don't get picked, you just keep sitting there. I got picked. I was in a church, like a church vestibule or whatever the hell, church stairway. Someone got married. I forget who it was.
Nice.
But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Shit.
Not the show I was talking about. In any case.
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
The girl in the show used the R word. And it cut deep. I'm like, whoa, easy.
Yeah. I know what show it's
What's
No, I don't.
Yeah. No, we live in a
It is
different
weird.
world.
Yeah, now
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, using that word and not realizing.
Yeah, well, when you're a kid, you just say words. And
Yeah, I guess it's different when you're a kid.
But yeah, no, yeah. If you
Yeah,
saw
where's
that in the show today, it'd be taken off the air. Obviously,
Yeah.
So I work with kids for my day job, and they say all kinds of crazy shit. That you wouldn't even believe. They say some really intense shit.
Yeah.
How old are they?
Oh, anywhere from like 5 to 13, maybe.
Okay. And I'm guessing you guys all have like day jobs.
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
It's not often I talk to musicians that are, especially now, but like I think it's hard to be just a working musician. Like that's it. But back in early 2000s, like those guys making tons of money playing in bands.
I mean, honestly, to me, I feel like it's an advantage because we all make a living, and so we can just play music just for its own sake, and
right.
None of us, I mean, sure, would we love to get signed to a record label and tour the world and be famous? Of course we would, but we really just like to get together in this basement and play music, and we just love to do it,
Yeah.
And we just get to do that out of pure joy, which is awesome.
That's true. Yeah. Very true. So where can people find your music that you have available right now, at least?
Right now, we just have live stuff on YouTube and Bandcamp.
But shortly we'll have a single or two.
Yeah, because we're going to be looking at releasing a couple singles before we release the album. So
and that should be in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
At least months. Weeks.
Well, no, weeks.
Weeks, yeah.
I think April.
We don't have any like date set or anything, but like we're right on the cusp of that stuff.
Yes. So that'll be up on everywhere, Spotify,
Instagram,
everywhere you get music. Just
MySpace.
If you just follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you could just keep up to date, and we'll let you know what's going on.
Cool. And you guys have shirts for sale, right?
We do have shirts. Yeah, they're actually at Wayne's World. And if anyone,
you can see them on our website.
We have a 10% promotion if you mention seeing it on Instagram or this podcast. You get a discount in Wayne's World if you mention it.
And you could go on our website and email us, or message us directly on Facebook,
Yeah.
and we could get you one if you.
Yeah,
can't
I've mailed
make it
a
up
few.
there.
South
mail
Carolina.
them too, and
And the band name Spud, I have to ask. Where did that come from? Everyone's pointing the finger at somebody else.
No, there's no story.
It was the name when I joined and when Mike joined, and at first I didn't like it.
Yeah, Sam.
I hated it.
Sam hated it.
I was embarrassed to tell people, but now I like it.
It's real easy to remember.
It
It is. Just to say.
Yeah, well,
no, honestly, there's no. I was just like,
you pretty much like
we
came
were
up with
thinking
it.
of
Like,
band
as soon as you
names.
said it, I'm just like, yeah, we'll go with that.
yeah, we were thinking of
That's it.
band names for months. When it was me, Steve, and
Yeah, and it's
the
just so annoying.
former
trying to
guitar
think of
player.
band names.
And yeah, we came up with a bunch of lame ass names.
And Spud is like, it's so simple. It's so easy.
yeah,
Like,
Spud
like,
stuck.
we're a simple band, so Spud works.
It does. It does. Yeah. And Sam
That's
loved, when people say like our logo should be potatoes.
Oh, he loves that.
Yeah.
That's completely untrue.
All right, here's a contest for those listening or watching this podcast. Create a logo for this band.
Oh, I like it.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
using
that.
potatoes.
We have a logo, but we could have. I want more than one logo anyway. So
yeah, like,
But you must use potatoes in the logo. Get creative.
yeah. And Sam needs to like it.
Sam's gonna love it. You're gonna love it, Trace.
That's the toughest.
You're gonna love it.
Pleasing me.
If
as
we
the
have a
artist,
random
so-
fan make us a potato logo, you're gonna love it.
Jay will be the one who wins.
I mean, other people have done it. And
Yo, honestly, what Teresa did with the fries and then made little magnets, that was cool.
The important thing is that
She's
it's
creative.
gender neutral.
Yeah, it's not. You're not Mr. Spud. Then if that was the case, you'd be in trouble.
We are they Spud.
Yeah, they Spud.
We're the Spud. We should be the Spud.
All right, we should probably wrap this up before it goes,
Yeah.
before it goes in a direction we'll all get canceled for.
Yes, no.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Johnny. This is
This is fun.
a great
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Getting to know you guys a little bit. Like I said, I was unfortunately not familiar with your band prior to this, so thanks for reaching out. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to see you guys play out live sooner than later.
For those who are familiar, also, we got a little series that we did, and it's on our Facebook page called Live from the Basement. And they're,
YouTube. It is on Facebook,
yeah.
but it's more on YouTube.
And that's some raw samples of the stuff that's going to be on the album. So
Yeah, as you
it's
could probably
just
tell
five
from
takes.
our audio quality here, we don't have the best recording equipment. So,
Nah, the album is the important thing right
Yeah,
now. Once
the
that's out, we'll focus more on.
Yeah, and keep your ears open for release date for that album. Because
And-
we'll probably be doing that soon.
like just to clear it too, like you said, we don't have good recording equipment here, but the album was done in very good
Oh,
studios,
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
very
Oh, yeah.
very professional.
Yeah, Paul Sinclair, he's the man.
Paul's the man.
Yeah.
Paul's the guy.
Yes.
Well, best of luck releasing that, and if there's anything I could do around that time, let me know, and
Yeah.
we'll hook it up.
That's that.
Awesome, man. It's great to talk to you.
Yeah.
You guys too. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
See you soon.
Yeah.